So far we have done several things with lines and the linear functions. We have graphed linear functions, we have solved linear functions, and now we are going to start writing equations for linear functions. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to write an equation of a line given the slope and intercept. So we'll be giving lots of different information, but this specific lesson will be addressing if I'm given the slope and the intercept. All right, slope-intercept form, hopefully you remember, is just y equals mx plus b. And if you recall, the m stands for the slope, or the constant rate of change that's going on in the problem. So what is the problem going up by or down by? And then b, if you recall, is just the y-intercept. Where does the problem start? Okay, when you're writing an equation in slope-intercept form, you pretty much just need to identify the m and identify the b, and then we're just going to write the equation. So this is just the very most straightforward of the types of equations that we'll have. Right, the first example, if you look at, we're going to have the slope being negative 2/3 and the y-intercept being 1. So if I would like to write an equation of the line, remember slope is just my m, so this would be my m value, and the y-intercept is 1, so that's going to be my b value. And if I have y equals mx plus b, my equation will simply be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. Okay, problem number 2. This time let's have the slope be 8 and the y-intercept be negative 7. Again, remember the slope is the m and the y-intercept is the b, and as soon as you have that, you pretty much are all set to solve the equation. So we're just going to have y equals m, which is 8x, plus b, which is negative 7. So that's the equation of my line. Okay, the next one, let's say we have a slope of 4 and the y-intercept is 0. So again, my slope is my m and my y-intercept is my b. So if I write the equation of the line, I'll have y equals mx, so 4x, plus b would be plus 0. So probably a cleaner way of writing this would be y equals 4x. Right? If you take a look at example 4, let's this time have the slope being negative 1/3, and we'll have the y-intercept, whoops, actually I don't want that on that one. Let's have a slope of 0 this time, and we'll have the y-intercept being 6. Okay, so again, this part is my m, and the y-intercept is my b. So when I go to write this, I'm going to have y equals mx, which would be 0x this time, plus the b, and which would be 6. Okay, and probably a cleaner way of writing this one, 0 times anything is just 0, so we could simply write it as y equals 6. All right, problem 5, we're still trying to write an equation of the line. Please remember that we would like the slope and the intercept, so we want m and we want b. I'm going to go ahead and do b first because b is where the graph is, the line is touching the y-axis, and it looks like it's touching around 1, so I'm going to put my b as 1. And then to get my slope, if you remember, slope is equal to, especially if you're given a picture, it's equal to rise over run. So I'm going to draw myself a triangle here. I think I'll draw this one right here. There we go. And you could draw triangles in different places, but I'll just go from there. So I notice if I count how many boxes this takes up, it's 1, 2 boxes. And this one takes up 1, 2, probably about 2 boxes also, so it's 2. And so my rise over run is the rise is 2 and the run is 2, and 2 divided by 2 reduces to 1, and this line is going down, so its slope is going to be negative 1. So if I have y equals mx plus b, my m is equal to negative 1x, and then plus the b is equal to 1. Right, and then problem 6, if you want to try this one, that would be great if you wanted to just pause the video and see how you do on it and then come back and check it out. Again, on this one, I need my m and I need my b. I'll start with the b. The b is where the black line is touching the y-axis, and it's touching down here at negative 6, so I know my b is going to be negative 6. And then once again, I'm going to draw a triangle. I'm going to put one right here, I think. It does have to connect 2 points that are on the line when you draw the triangle. Let me count how many boxes this takes up. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, and this one takes up 2. And if you remember, the slope again is rise over the run. The rise was 4 boxes and the run is 2 boxes, and if I reduce that, it will reduce to 2. If it doesn't reduce, then you definitely don't need to do anything with it. And I do notice that the line is going up, so it will be a positive slope. So when I do y equals mx plus b, my m I decided was 2, so 2x, And then my b is negative 6, so I'll just put minus 6. You could also put y equals 2x plus negative 6 if you really wanted to. The line passes through the points 3, 1, and 0, 10. All right, remember we're trying to find the slope and the intercept, and we know our line is going to be y equals mx plus b. Remember, our b is our y-intercept, so if you look at these 2 points, 0, 10, if you were to graph that, remember we'd stay put at 0, and then we'd go up 10. So this is actually, as long as it's 0 comma something, that's going to be our intercept. So this is actually our b value. And then m is our slope. And notice that we do have 2 points. So I can actually use the slope formula to figure out my slope. So I'm going to do y minus y. So I'll do 10 minus 1 over x minus x. So I'll do 0 minus 3. That's going to give me 9 over negative 3, which will reduce to negative 3. So my slope is negative 3. My y-intercept is 10. So my equation is going to be y equals negative 3x plus 10. And I now have an equation of the line. Okay, problem 8. F of 0 equals 3 and f of negative 2 equals 4. Now this might look kind of weird, but really let me write what this means, and I'd suggest when you get a problem like this you do as well. F of 0 equals 3 really means when the x value is 0, the y value is 3. So it just means the point 0, 3. So just in that same fashion, the second one would mean the point negative 2, 4. Excuse me. So now from here again, we can identify the b because the b is the one that has 0 comma something. So this one's going to be our b. And then to get our slope again, we'll just use the slope formula. So I'll do y minus y. So 4 minus 3 over x minus x. So negative 2 minus 0. We'll get 1 over negative 2. So my slope is negative 1/2. So when I go to write y equals mx plus b, I'll have y equals, my slope is negative 1/2, x plus my y-intercept is 3. So hopefully now you are familiar with how to find an equation given the slope and the intercept.